get started, and today we're going to start with the movement of our car. Well, it's not really going to be a car, it's going to be a robot, but we're going to start with the movement. Now, to do this, we could use a hobby gear motor or a DC motor. We'll be doing both. Now, we really don't need this breadboard, but I'm going to use it for a potentiometer I'm going to get. That way we can control the speed. So here we go. Now, I'm also going to get a DC motor. That way I can show you that both work. There we go. Now, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to connect a red wire from here. Well, we can set it to orange because it's not always going to be positive. It's going to be positive in some cases, but not always. So, what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to a PWM pin. I'm going to connect it to PWM pin 3, and that should do it good enough. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, actually I want to connect the exact same thing to the DC motor. Just like this. There we go. And now you can connect this just where the other one are, so it can be on top of it. So I know that doesn't really look perfect, but that's okay. Nothing needs to be perfect. Well, actually, we can just connect this directly from the other one. From here. Right around to the positive. That's better. Yeah, I think that should be good. Now, that's a PWM pin. The next one is going to be a ground. So, I can already connect this to the next ground. So, it's perfectly connected. Not perfectly, just quite well. Good. Now, we're going to connect this around to a ground. Around to ground. Quite a cool little saying. I might use that a little often. Anyways, so we got it like this, and we also need to hook up our potentiometer, and this is going to be I'll do, I think cyan looks nice. So, connect this to an analog pin, the exact analog pin 0. I'm going to connect it. It doesn't need to be analog pin 0. It's just that that's the very first one, so plus I like that one. Now the red wire goes to positive lane. Well, actually I'm going to connect this around to 5 volts instead. Oops. Like that. 5 volts. There we go. And then the black or ground, I'm going to connect right here where the other ones are. There we go. The next thing, well, we're pretty much done now with the wiring, so let's get into the code. See you there. Okay, let's get right into the code. So, we're going to create 2 variables, both integers, constant integers, constant, and the first one was the motors were on pin number 3. That's a PWM pin. That's why I didn't choose 2 or any other one. Then we have constant, what is it, U and H? No, it's an integer. So, constant, and this was going to be the pot, or potentiometer. And that was on A0. Verified this so far. Save. Now I'm going to save it as, what about movement robot. That should be good enough. See if it works. Yes, it does. So now the next thing we're going to do, it's actually quite simple, is I'm going to call this motor, the motor speed. So void motor speed. We're not going to create a variable called called, actually I'll call this speed 2. And here we need an integer variable called speed. Now, here we need int speed. And I'm gonna put this speed to speed underscore. So verify this again. Oh, int speed equals 0 right now. I'll put a semicolon there. Told you should verify a lot. Verify. So if we need to do a quick check, if the speed is greater than, is not greater than, which is exclamation mark greater than 100, I mean 1000. Okay, what is that? Oh, okay, that's actually not it. If not, can I do that? Yes, exclamation mark goes the front of it all. If not speed greater than 100. And to and we go this little and symbol. Where is it? Well, we can just go and. I think that should work. Oh no, here it is. And you need to do 2 of them. And not speed is less than 0, because we want to make sure that it's in between the range that we need it to. So if it is, then we can go ahead and tell the motor to go that fast. So we go analog. That's why we did it like this, because otherwise we could just go analog and write the amount. But that's not what we're doing. No Twitter. And then we create another function. Well, we can just get the speed like that. Anyways, we write to the speed. So pretty much why we need to do this is because we wanted to make a test before we do it. And that would also take up some more lines if we do a lot more. So the first thing though is we're going to in setup, where we begin everything. It's actually quite simple. What we're going to do is we're going to go pin mode. That means setting up the pin. We learned about this a very, very long time ago. Level 1, first, I think. Yep, I think it was the first or second video that we learned about this. So pin mode, and after we write pin mode, we need to give in 2 things. Well, motors, we're just going to set motors to an output. And then we have pin mode the speed in the top to inputs, because we're getting input from the box potentiometer actually. So void loop, and in here all we're going to do is we're going to go speed 2, our function that's going to get called a lot, speed 2 analog lead, because we need a lead from an analog pin. Analog lead pop. So there we go. We got it. Let's verify. Let's see. Oh, motors. There we go. That was the air. Haven't actually verified for quite a while. Anyways, we got it all going, and now let's upload this code. You can press the upload button if it's connected after you connect it to it, and I'm gonna close this all up so it looks a lot better. Close that. That isn't actually the thing. It's so cool how you can just see it if you put your mouse over it. But if that's not there, you can go command comma, and then here. Enable code folding, which is right over here. Switch that on. And if you want to use an external editor, you can switch that on. Save verifying or uploading. Save when verifying, that should be on. Display line numbers, it's usually off. You would like to keep it on probably. Use accessibility features, and this was on. I don't want it up though. So there we go. And we can press OK. And that will save it. There we go. Now, let's verify it again. And let's go. Copy it off already. Let's go. Okay, so now we're gonna open up the code panel and set it to text. You're gonna press the upload button. There we go. Now we can start it and see how all this works. So as you can see, it's not on. Turn it a little bit and it starts going at a certain speed. As you can see, this one goes slower than this. This is 9 and 10 RPM. This one is going 600 something RPM. That's really big. So if you turn it off though, they both go to 0 RPM, all the way up. Let's see, this is like 2,200 or something. This one is only 37 or what? Yep, that's full speed. And well, we can actually test that by stopping it and going immediate stop simulation. I'm putting this immediately into 5 volts. And that can test the full speed of all of these. So this one can go 170 RPM full speed. This one is 9,994. That's a big number. So, well, see you guys next time. Next time is going to be again level 2. Another part of the robot. See you there. Bye.